Bringing you everything under the Disney umbrella. Network 1901.
Greetings and salutations, Networkers. This is Andy Hernan with Network 1901, bringing you the podcast covers all things Disney, Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars. Of course, this is the DCast with Dale and Andy. This week, we have your box office rundown. We're going to talk a little bit about the Han Solo movie, and Woody Harrelson from Cheers apparently is going to be in it. We have Will Smith and Tom Hanks cast in the live-action Dumbo. Also, will Cars 3 be good this week on YouTube? Disneyland Max Pass was dropped this week, at least the information about it was, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're talking about Disney brand intimacy. Should Disneyland train be upgraded? And Tangled Before Ever After trailer. That and much more on episode number 106 of the DCast.
The DCast.
Networkers, this is Andy Hernan. With me as always is the one, the only Dale Wetland. How are we doing today, Dale? It's our first episode together in 2017.
I can go the distance. I am doing awesome. 2017 has been off to a great start. A lot of people listened to the last week's episode, and it was a lot of fun to do it with Josh, but it's great to have you, my normal co-host. And because then we just, I don't know, the show's a little different, and I kind of like our show. No offense, yes. Josh. I love Josh, but I just like our show. The show is a little different.
I do apologize. What happened last week was we were planning on being a wedding in Portland, and I was going to be back on time, but then the weather just went crazy on us, and so we were going to get up there, and then realizing it would take us forever to get back down because the I-5, Interstate 5, was closed at certain points. So we were like, I'm not sure if I'm going to make it, and then we weren't able to get up there at all, so my wife and I just got away to Ashland for the night, but you had already had a show planned with Josh, so...
Oh yeah, well,
it's still a little different.
It's pretty easy to do the show with Josh. You know, we kind of chat.
Kind of, yeah. It's just like you have a conversation and you hit record to your conversation.
But it was cool. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, man, I'm actually, things are still a little different. I'm actually in my office where I work every day. My kids are getting older, and trying to keep them quiet in the middle of the day. Becoming more and more difficult. So yeah, this is my normal office. I do have Disney stuff everywhere, and I was like, well, I can just record against here.
Mandy and the kids.
There was also other.
Mandy and the kids, they go to a movie, or they go swimming, or they watch a movie in the bedroom or whatever together. They just have to find they go do something. There's an expectation for an hour and a half. I need them to be somewhere else.
Yeah, I wish they could do that. My kids are always busy all morning, so they're exhausted, and they want to play with Daddy, and it's like, Daddy's in the room with all the toys. If you know where I usually record, that's where all the toys.
Of course, yeah. You gotta figure out something. You gotta figure out something for them. You know.
Yeah. So before we get too into things and we talk about our normal, socials and all that, you have an amazing concept for a podcast that has just dropped. That I want to start with this because it's just so. I listen and I'm like, wow, okay, well, you guys are this concept of somebody who has never seen Star Wars and you're walking him through Star Wars. Tell us about discovering Star Wars real quick.
Yeah, well, it's a new it's a new Friday podcast on the network, and it's going to be 8 episodes. So the episode 1, The Arrival of Andrew, it's a 15-minute episode. Basically, we just find out what his baseline knowledge of Star Wars is because I think he had to watch one of the Star Wars for a film class because he's a film writer, and I think he thinks he might have saw Phantom Menace in theaters, but he doesn't remember any of this stuff because you're 31 now or 32 or 33 the way he is, and you just he doesn't remember ever seeing Phantom Menace. So what we've done is we find out what his baseline knowledge is. We talk about that stuff for the first episode. Then the next episode, he watches episode 1, The Force Awakens. That's right. We're doing it chronologically to see if getting rid of removing nostalgia and removing and making them in order of what you're supposed to see them in now improves the experience. And he's actually what we've done because we've recorded episodes in the past. He's watched episode 1, 2, 3, and Rogue One, and he still hasn't watched A New Hope. Nice. Yeah, it's really exciting. It's a lot of fun. Andrew and I Andrew brings a lot of probably a different tone than maybe some of the listeners are used to, but it's good. He's a really great guy, and you should give it a check. Like, check it out for sure. Like, it's actually doing pretty good, getting quite a few downloads already, and a lot of people have gotten have given us some good feedback. So when you do, check it out and leave us a review. It can be on Discovering Star Wars. It can be on the DCast. It can be on Modern Mouse Radio.
Yes.
It can be on Explain This Book to Me or The World Never. It could be on the whole network. Just leave us an iTunes review. We just need a few more to get it so the reviews come up and it makes us more searchable on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean. So please do that. That is huge for us.
Yes, the leaving reviews is so helpful because people who are looking for a Disney podcast or some sort of podcast, they can see, oh, this is what people say about it. So if you've left a review before on the DCast network, put a new one on here. Yeah. Also, we have to let you guys know that this episode is sponsored by Audible. Go to audible.com for all your Audible needs. Audible is a great service. So you listen to a book. I'm actually listening to several books right now. I can't even name them all because I keep getting the credits and then I forget because I signed up actually. And we have a program through audible.com where if you sign up, we get help with the show and be able to do more stuff, get more stuff to make the quality better. Just go to network1901.com, scroll to the bottom, and we have a little link there. Click there, and you can have a free month trial. Sign up for audible.com, and it's a huge help to us. Also, we had, during the month of December, the photo challenge where we just challenge you guys to post a different photo during the month of December, and you had some shout-outs for us, Dale, of people who were posting different things on Instagram. Or is that me? You have this shocked look on your face like, oh darn.
It's you.
But several of you
put this in the rundown.
I did. I put that in the rundown?
Yeah.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
I did not know I put the photo shout out challenge on there.
Well,
but yes.
I didn't. No.
Oh. Apparently I did. I don't remember doing that. Wow. Craziness. But I know several of you guys took the time and you posted every day. That Disney Couple 15, I think, on Instagram. A few others of you did it. I know I'm missing names.
We have Anna, and her sister.
Thank you. I was like, what's their names?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
If I don't have my... Because I want to do their Instagram names.
Yes.
I wish... Yeah. Now I feel like a fool, Andy.
Well, no, because I dropped the ball.
It's okay. This is in the middle of the show, I'm gonna go grab my phone now, and I have to go look to see.
No, I got my phone. I got my phone. I can do it right now. Let's see who can get it first, listeners. We're gonna keep this in the show, by the way. Let's go to Network 1901. Let's go to the. Ooh, there's a Gonzo on there. If you're not following us on Instagram, actually, Network 1901.
Great segue.
If you're not following, but seriously, if you're not following us on Network 1901, there is so much amazing Disneyland content now, thanks to our good friend and co-networker Josh, who's posting so much stuff. Also, you can see lovely pictures of Dale right there, in mouse ears, and
I was trying to get on Disneyland. They didn't add me.
But all of us are always posting on there now. Where Josh is posting from the parks, I'll post random movie stuff. Shannon's posting stuff all the time about things she's writing and recording. Dale's posting, himself dancing in the snow. All kinds of great stuff on there. I encourage you to follow at Network 1901 as Dale is pulling up the boom. I think I found the hashtag there. Got it finally. All right. So the sisters, we have Laura Lynn Lenardi and her sister, both posted on there. Also, who else we have here? Laura Lenardi, Anna Lenardi, yes. 7 posted on there. Yeah, and I know that those are the two main ones who posted every day, and a few others you posted.
There you go.
I know I didn't keep up with it.
We successfully did a shout out.
We successfully did a shout out, so thank you guys for doing that. But with that to say, follow our Instagram that's getting updated every day, several times a day, from Canada, from Tennessee, from Oregon, and from sunny Southern California and home of Disneyland, USA. All kinds of great stuff on there. So please, by all means, follow us on all the socials. With that, I think we've pushed this a little too long. We will move on to my favorite part of the show, the box office rundown. Do we still have explosions in this? I don't know. Should we do explosions still?
I do.
No, I don't.
I do.
Explosions are. I like what you did with the graphics on the explosions, but I'm not that talented. Not like you. Sorry, Dale.
What? You're way more talented than me in everything.
And on everything. But the box office was pretty amazing. A little update on last week. You guys reported with the information that you had that Rogue One was number one, but actually on Monday, Box Office Mojo and Variety updated their figures, and Hidden Figures was the number one movie. Not by much. It was like $800,000.
Yeah.
It wasn't much. It barely squeaked it out.
But
I saw that movie. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Bill.
Oh, I saw that movie this past week. I think I saw it on Monday. Excellent movie. Loved it. It was great. Definitely deserves to be at number one. Has a great message and a story that we, here in the United States haven't really heard before. You hear a lot about the state-based program, about the Apollo program, the Gemini program in the 60s, and the story about these African-American women who did all this work and were kind of pushed off to the side, but then they worked hard and they got this recognition, and they were an instrumental part of getting human beings into space, a part of the space race. It's a great story. I'd encourage you all to see it. So that was last week. But this week, we're going to run down the top 5 movies at the box office this weekend. Lots of surprises here that I'm excited about. Number 5, Bye Bye Man. $13.3 million. I have actually heard this movie is not scary, and it's probably one of the worst movies that you'll see all year.
Really? It's not scary? How do you have... Don't... Like,
How do you have this? The trailer of this is very reminiscent of the movie from the 80s called The Candyman, which I remember watching as a kid in high school and stuff. Like you see the Candyman 3 times, he comes. Very reminiscent of that concept.
What did you say 3 times?
Candyman.
Oh, you
Candyman.
got him. Oh, you're dead. You're dead.
Is he behind me? But
the freaky thing,
there's a reviewer.
How perfect would be if we were able to have like Woody just like move his eyes to look at you, like. Howdy, partner.
Anyway, I two of my friends once saw it yesterday. They said it was not scary, and these are people actually who are horror film aficionados. And then a reviewer I very much enjoyed, Jeremy Johns, said it is a steaming pile of, he used a choice word which I won't use on this because it's a family show, and it said it's not scary. He said do not go to this movie, it's that bad, it's just a waste of time. So yeah, Bye Bye Man.
Bye Bye Man.
Bye-bye. Peace. We won't see you next week. Number 4, it finally took its big hit. Rogue One, a Star Wars story, $13.7 million. Are you surprised that it dropped off this week, Dale?
I'm surprised that 1,000 theaters dropped it. Like, I don't really understand. I guess more theaters wanted to put in Hidden Figures in La La Land, but like...
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's getting over $500 million is great for Rogue One. It's their first individual side story outing. You knew it wasn't going to have the brand power that Star Wars episode blank will have. Like it's people. Disney went out of its way to make people know it wasn't a Star Wars movie. Like it's a Star Wars story. It's not the next Star Wars movie. Right? So. So you lost that brand, but it had such great reviews and great word of mouth, and it actually has carried on pretty well. Like, it's been in the box office for 5 weeks, and it's still making $13 million. The worldwide gross is great.
Yes.
They've got to be happy with it. I think the reshoots, from what I gather, added that Darth Vader scene and some other stuff. So it's pretty great. It's almost at $1 billion. It's going to hit $1 billion. They, of course, are going to be happy with that. The fact that the side movies are making $1 billion. And a Han Solo side movie is going to make $1 billion easier than Rogue One.
Yes.
But it's great. Actually, on Wednesday, for people who are listening before,
I was going to say that too.
So Wednesday, Shannon has come up with an amazing Rogue One theory.
It's epic. I've seen the video.
Yeah, and I'm not going to tell anybody what it is. You just have to go to the Network 1901 YouTube channel and see it on Wednesday. It's going to be released at 7:00 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so you got to check it out because it makes so many other things work. So I was just like, oh my goodness, and amazing job, Shannon. She's gonna be the head of the network pretty soon. Yes,
when I was watching, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's right. I remember thinking that when I saw that, but but
Yeah.
I didn't. I just kind of wrote it off, and then oh my god, oh my gosh, oh what, she could be right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, C-3PO is a Jedi.
Yeah. So on Wednesday, make sure to check that out. Wednesday, what? January 17th or whatever that is.
January 7th. Let me look at my calendar
18th.
here. January 18th.
Yeah.
Yes, January 18th. That video will drop. All right. So number 3 is the Universal animated film Sing, $13.8 million. This movie, I've seen it once. I don't need to see it again. Have you and your kids seen this movie yet, Dale?
They are at that movie right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got to tell us how it is. It was fine. It wasn't great.
No, yeah, you know what you're getting with it and stuff, and even Secret Life of Pets. Like, I felt like that was the one of those types of films was one of their should have been. It was good, but I still think Angry Birds movie was better. From
Yeah,
like
I would agree with
Angry
you.
Birds movie is surprisingly deep.
It was surprisingly deep and surprisingly adult. So not like adult like brown chicken, brown cow, but like just more adult themes in it than I was expecting. I still didn't particularly like it because I don't like Angry Birds, but
Actually,
I was surprised.
You know what we watched this weekend, and then my kids watched it again, was Middle School Worst Years of My Life. Holy schmolies. It is a mix of, which they really didn't play it up enough in the trailers. It's a mix of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It's like a slightly more mature Diary of a Wimpy Kid that deals with more realistic life issues. And basically this kid is dealing with the death of his brother, and he's been kicked out of every school that in the district because he just doesn't do any schoolwork, and he gets caught up in his art, and it's this very I don't know. It was actually really good, and the boys really loved it as well. And Dash is 10, so it's kind of like perfect. Middle school is like, ooh, like they're so old in middle school.
I actually did not go and see that. I remember seeing the previews, and then I saw the reviews, and they were just lackluster, and it was a busy time, so I didn't go see it. So I might actually go see that now.
Yeah, I disagree with the lackluster. I don't know. I think sometimes people are too harsh on like family oriented films, like but like the pranks are really good, the music is good. The acting was good. The adult actors are funny. They got like Rob Riggle and
Pedro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Pedro was. Anyway, so I really recommend Middle School Worst Years of My Life.
I need to go see it. I do need to go see that.
We actually bought the book afterwards.
Ooh,
yeah.
I didn't even know there was a book.
It's like a Diary of a Wimpy Kid book.
The more you know.
Yeah, it's even like a Diary of a Wimpy Kid book where it's like journal entries and like there's drawings and stuff like that. So if you like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, or your kids like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, or you know people who like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Middle School Worst Years of My Life.
That is really cool. Awesome. I actually will go check that out. Moving on though, number 2. La La Land from Lionsgate, $14.5 million. I cannot say enough good things about this movie. I have seen this movie 4 times. I will see it 40 more times. By far my favorite film of 2016. My gosh, it is beautifully shot. Like, define full musical.
Well, okay. I would say like Chicago or Moulin Rouge.
Like, it's more like Singing in the Rain.
Oh, yes. Well, Singing in the Rain I wouldn't even say it's full musical. Like, Singing in the Rain has much more exposition than,
Yes.
I wouldn't say like an opera like Les Miserables.
It's not like Miserable or Phantom. It's much more like Singing in the Rain. In fact, they took much of the inspiration of this film from Singing in the Rain.
The imagery some of the imagery in the trailer was straight out of Singing.
Imagery, yeah, and like this is the fact it takes place in Hollywood, and it's so good. Just won the Golden Globe for Best Musical or Comedy this past Sunday at the Golden Globes. Won 7 Golden Globes, which is a new record. No, the Golden Globes really don't mean a whole lot.
I disagree with that, but whatever.
Because it's from the Hollywood Foreigner. No, I'm kidding. I'm not making a foreigner joke. He's Canadian. If they're not foreigners, they're North Americans like us. Am I just digging myself a hole here? Am I totally offending you?
Mexicans are North Americans too.
Yes, and we're all American. If you're in the Western Hemisphere, we're all American. Yep. Anyways, but this movie, gosh, I can't say enough good things about it. I was not expecting it to be so good. The filming of the cinematography, it's not like all in one shot like say Birdman, but it takes several scenes where it's just all one panning shot. They don't do jump cuts at all, which the way it's filmed, the music, gosh, the story is very inspirational, very just stirring, and the ending will just get you. My wife's seen it with me twice. She's cried both times at the ending, and I'll say it's a happy, sad ending, and you're just like, so good. And it's up 43% this week, probably because of the press it got from the Golden Globes.
Oh yeah, for
Go
sure.
see this film. Go see this film. It's opening wide in a lot more theaters.
Well, yeah, it opened up to 330 more theaters.
Yeah. Oh gosh. If you get a chance to see it, I know no one else has seen it in the network yet. Everybody wants to see it. Go see it. You're gonna love it.
I really want to see it with Mandy, and I don't know. It's hard to get someone to look after children.
I completely agree. Yes, totally agree. I've had Grandma twice now watch the kids as me and my wife went and saw it, and then twice I'm like, I'm just gonna go see it again by myself. It's 11 o'clock. I want to see it again. It's that good. So. La La Land, love that movie. And number one, we had talked about earlier, in the second week at number one at $20.4 million, only a 10% drop off of last week, is Hidden Figures. And I've already talked about it. Go see this film if you haven't seen it. Excellent film. It's like...
I could see it having an increase next week. Like, I could see it going up because it just opened to 800 new theaters.
Yes.
So I could see it going up because this movie should probably break 100 million, even though the budget was only 25. But this is a well-made movie that has a lot of press behind it. So,
well-made movie, has a lot of press, has some Oscar power. Octavia Spencer's in it, does a great job. Also, it's a good family film. Honestly, it's only PG. Though some younger kids might go over their head.
Yeah.
It's a great film to go take kids to. I would encourage you all to go see that film.
Isn't it crazy that every animated film in 2016 was rated PG?
Huh, I didn't think about that.
Every single animated film. Moana.
With the exception, there was one that wasn't.
Really?
There was one. Sausage Party.
Oh, well, yeah. Well,
that was rated R.
Yeah,
but
isn't that weird?
We won't
though?
go there.
What did they? What did Moana need to be PG for?
I don't know. Maybe there was simulated island violence.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand how the ratings work. That if you use so many of this word, it's automatically an R. But like the King's Speech, the King's Speech should not have been a rated R movie, and the R rating on that movie hurt the film. Yeah. And the directors were really adamant about that scene where he's got the marbles in his mouth, and then he's dropping the F-bomb, because it happened, and they didn't want to take that out because it would dumb down the film. Yeah. But because of that, for no other reason but that, it got an R rating, and it shouldn't have. The way the rating system works in the United States is ridiculous. And yeah, Canada seems a lot better. I know you've explained that before.
Well, it's just better in the sense of like they make 14A a little older, so they're not always willing to go to that. So you get more PG. Like it's GPG 14A, and so like because it's 14A, that there's a huge clear, like PG is like everything, like what was it? Temple of Doom was like the first PG-13 film, like it's come on, like it's PG-13, like give me a break, like you have to be 13 years old to roll. No, come on. So so I just like the 14A having a slightly that slightly older 14A, which you have to be 14 to go see the film. Like you can't. I don't think you can have I don't know. They don't really. I don't know if they're sticklers about that stuff, but the idea was like you had to be 14 to see the film, no matter what. So PG had a bigger like pool.
Yeah, makes sense.
Whatever,
makes sense. But it's just crazy here. Yeah. Anyways, that is the box office rundown, guys. What have you seen this week? What are you looking forward to seeing? We're kind of getting into that weird season where January is a time where a lot of studios drop their films that they're just trying to get rid of right now, and we see a lot of that in the other movies that were dropped this week. But you have a lot of Oscar films.
None of them that made the box office.
Yeah, exactly. But you have your Oscar films. I know, like for a lot of the Oscar films, I have to drive out to Ashland to the art theater there, independent theater there, to see a lot of those. So what are you seeing this week? It's a kind of an exciting time. Got Oscar season coming up. Let us know. And with that, we're going to talk a little bit about some more movies here, about some casting that's happened in some different Disney Star Wars movies. First thing I want to talk about, Woody Harrelson.
Mm-hmm.
Han Solo.
Yes.
Standalone movie.
Was he going to be Han Solo's dad? Like,
the rumor is, from what I've read, is the speculation is he's going to be kind of a mentor figure. We haven't seen him play that before. To Han Solo, he's kind of a father figure. I don't know if he is his dad or not. What's your reaction on this, Dale? I mean, Woody Harrelson's not a bad actor.
No.
Cheers.
Woody
Great.
No, Woody
He's
Harrelson's
great.
a great actor. Like, dude, come on. Like, People versus Larry Flynn, right?
Natural Born Killers.
Natural Born Killers. There's so many roles. Like, he's a great actor.
Yeah.
I just, like, I don't, like, why do we need it's just following. It's frustrating because I know it's following the Rogue One model of having like a Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Where you're like, they don't know anybody. Oh, hey, there's Forrest Whitaker. Hey, there's yeah. It's like is that the wife from A Theory of Everything? Oh, hey, look, it's Forrest Whitaker. And like that's what it's going to be like. It's like, who is that? Is that rapper? Oh, hey, look, it's Woody Harrelson. Like that's what the trailer is going to be. It's just I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. It's no Johnny Depp, I guess, for people. Like people get so mad, mad about Johnny Depp breaking worlds, universes. But I don't know. You have to see the movie, and like I'm sure he'll do a great job. And I like him I thought he was a perfect Haymitch, actually. He
was great.
Yeah,
Haymitch.
Yeah. So
Hunger Games. Yeah,
but I don't know. Like. I don't know. I like my Star Wars. I like my Star Wars people not to be like a Woody Harrelson type, like or like a Will Smith type.
I love that the original movies, they had these unknowns for the most part.
But then you had an Alec Guinness, right? That's the thing. But
he wasn't too. Alex Guinness wasn't too well known in the United States. He was, of course, a world class actor, very well known in Europe, along with Peter Cushing as well. But they weren't these huge, like, big A-list stars in the United States. And then you kind of got that in the episode 1, 2, and 3. You know, you had Ewan McGregor and some other guys. And then
you got to trust the casting.
I was hoping they go back to these. Yeah, they haven't. They haven't given us, since they've restarted the Star Wars franchise with Disney. They haven't given us a bad one yet. They've given us 2 movies, so
and they did cast Donald Glover.
Little concerned.
Like they cast Donald Glover, who has a music career that is very not in line with Disney, and and so that means that they're just picking the right people, right? So we got to trust that. And also means the right person.
Yeah, Donald Glover's a genius. He won 2 Golden Globes this past weekend for Atlanta. The guy's...
He's a stand-up comedian. Really. He's a award-winning television writer, producer, and
director.
He wrote for 30 Rock. He, he knows what's up.
He is a quadruple threat, as they say. So, what do you guys think about Woody Harrelson in this casting? Let us know. But also, here's the more concerning one for me. I've never been huge on this live action movie being made, the live action Dumbo, to be directed by Tim Burton, which that in and of itself gives the movie a whole different feel. The original Dumbo is 63 minutes long, which again, you're going to take a story and you're going to
make as soon as I'm about to get bored, it's over.
Exactly. And so you have a movie that the original animated movie is not very long, so you're going to have to extend it at least probably by 45 minutes.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Well, I guess we're going to highlight the ring, like what? It looks like it's probably going to be what? The ringmaster, the ringleader, and a firefighter, or one of the clowns or something.
So it's going to be this dark, only thing I'm looking forward to that is the elephants on parade scene with Tim Burton. This could be epic.
Yes.
But now they've cast Will Smith and Tom Hanks in this movie. Both good actors.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks, probably one of my favorite actors. Will Smith, I have more mixed feelings about. He tends to shine in mediocre movies. I think he Collateral Beauty.
Yeah, and I think he wants to get in the Disney fold.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, as long as he doesn't bring his son.
Well, no, he probably is. But I think that's what I guarantee Jane Smith will be cast in something. But that you want to get more in the Disney fold. He's been kind of on the outside of it. And so now you're like open for Pixar roles. You're open for Star Wars roles, Marvel roles.
Yeah. Okay. But what do you think about them being cast in these films?
I just don't even understand. Like, I think the only live action remakes should be the princess films.
Yes. I do, but I take exception of that for Jungle Book because it was amazing. But beyond that, yes, I agree.
It is a princess. Like it is the same. It's a princess film. It just there's no princess. Like you know what I mean. Like
actually, yeah.
Yeah, right. Like it's you're like Aladdin. I wouldn't say is a princess film, but it is. You know, like that's a great movie to make a live action remake of.
Yeah.
You know
this.
Yeah. But Black Cauldron.
Yeah. So
the fact that they're doing the Black Cauldron storylines and stuff, that is a great thing to do a live action remake of. You like the ones with people in it, right? The ones that make it live action.
Not like
Dumbo.
Lion King.
But and Dumbo, you'll be like, well, there's people in Dumbo, but there is not really. Like it's not about people. Like there's the clowns, and like Tom Hanks and Will Smith are not going to be like those weird drunk clowns.
Oh
right?
gosh,
like, you know, and like and they're not gonna like I don't know, are they just voices or are they are they gonna cast like what are they gonna cast them as? You know, like I don't know. It's I've seen mixed reports on it. Disney has been they're kind of 50-50 with me on these live action remakes. Some have been great, epic Cinderella. I love Jungle Book. Others, Alice in Wonderland, Maleficent. This looks like I'm going to enjoy. So,
I'm gonna look. I don't know. Maybe it's a bait and switch, but I'm hoping it's looking so great, and I'm very much looking forward to that. So I don't know, but lastly, with Disney movie news here, I want to talk a little bit about Cars 3 as they gave us the extended preview trailer. I'm not sure how they're doing this. And we saw a new, or just an extended trailer of what they've already showed us of Cars 3. And my question for everybody is Cars 3 going to be any good? We've talked a lot about it, but I really want to have that discussion. It is definitely kind of a come from behind movie, a rise from the ashes.
Yeah.
But
it's definitely
are they
not
almost
a news
pretending?
Story.
It's not. It's more. It's kind of a standard fare that we've seen in other movies and other franchises. Down and out, and he's rising up from the ashes for one last little thing. He's got the young guy.
You're doing Rocky 3 or whatever.
It's Rocky 3. Rocky 3 essentially. He's down and out, and he comes up.
They're doing the Dark Knight Rises. They're doing the third. They're doing the third movie in a trilogy. Like they did the origin story. They now are doing. They did the they did the Dark Knight where it's like you're established, but now you've got like now what have you created? Well, you've created a faster, like a better villain, essentially, and then you get defeated. You are in the same place that Hudson was and where Dino King was, and now can you be more than that? Can you be more than them and not give up when they
Ka-chow.
And and it's gonna be like he's gonna have to he's gonna go back to Radiator Springs and learn how to do it the old way. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna be punching frozen meat and
I bet they do some sort of throwback to that segment.
I don't know. Like it's just the thing about Pixar that was cool is that they took stories that we knew, showed them from a different perspective, gave us characters that never had those stories before, and then did something different with the story. And Cars has yet to do that, and it presenting me with the exact story I knew that they were going to do, that we had said that they were going to do before we knew anything about Cars 3. It just means that that's what they're going to do, and then maybe they surprise us during the movie and they make it great. And I'll be happy for that because I want Cars to be I want Cars 3 to be great because the better Cars 3 is, the better Cars 3 is, the more I can enjoy Radiator Springs and Cars Land when I go there. And I already enjoy it. I think it's amazing, and I don't even really like the movie.
Yes. Yeah.
But do you think it's going to be good?
I had hope. I'm sorry, the phone here is ringing. My apologies. I'll turn that off. I had hope for it, but the fact that it's the story that we've seen before, I am just very discouraged about that. So I don't know what I don't know. I wanted something different. I'm really frustrated with Pixar. I'm getting really frustrated that they're not giving us a whole lot of new content. And it looks like Disney animation is looking a lot like Pixar, and Pixar is kind of looking a lot like how Disney animation used to look. So I'm like, what is going on?
Well, what's going on is, sure, some of the directors and some of the directors and producers and stuff from Pixar have stayed at Pixar, but a lot of the staff, a lot of like the other parts of the staff, I guarantee have gone to Disney Animation. You know what I mean? So you have those people who are like, oh, actually, maybe we should do this little thing. The people who question and the people who make not the decisions, but like are the influencers. They probably are all at Disney Animation now, and we would never it would be impossible for us to know all that information. But like it's just too obvious. Like Disney Animation now is the one that has tie-ins to all of its movies, like Pixar used to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right? You know what I mean? Like they started doing it immediately. Like they started doing it. What did we say? It was Frozen? They started doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or Wreck-It Ralph.
For sure. Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph. They had a lot.
So they started doing it.
And then you saw it in Moana and.
Oh, Moana! You have Sven, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we'll see.
And they say there's a Nemo or a flounder. I mean, so flounder. In the fish, and then there was Sven. Like Maui turns into Sven from Frozen, and but you know what I mean. Like those little characteristics that are so good about Disney Animation right now are the things that Pixar used to have. And,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyways.
So I want this film to be good. I think we all want it to be good, but we'll see how that turns out. So with all that, guys, that's a lot of movie news we have for you, and we're going to move on here to This Week on YouTube. All right, guys, this week on YouTube, this is the segment of the show where we like to just look at YouTube videos because that's what we like to do anywhere in the Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, nerd, Harry Potter, whatever kind of universe. And my video this week on YouTube is from a channel called Postmodern Jukebox. If you haven't seen it, they take modern songs and they give them a old-fashioned twist, either like a 70s funk or a 20s ragtime, anything like that. And there was a Disney one
in that group.
Yes, exactly. There's one I watched that I just fell in love with, and it was the Postmodern Jukebox's version of "Colors in the Wind" from Pocahontas. And if you have not seen it, it's so well done. It's Colors of the Wind done in a vintage 70s soul style, and there's so much on this channel, so I would encourage you to go check out the channel. They have so many different musicians, former American Idols, and just so much awesome musicianship, and just they had to take these songs and basically completely rearrange them, which musically is not easy to do. Change the timing, change everything to make it work in whatever style they're doing it in. But this Colors of the Wind in a vintage 70s soul style works so well. So if you haven't had a chance to check out Colors of the Wind from Postmodern Jukebox, check them out, and then you'll like them so much you'll just let it play in autoplay because so much good music on there. And I'm hoping to get us some more Disney. That's the only Disney one I found. Someone sent it to me, and then I just let it play, and they're doing all kinds of stuff, like Limp Bizkit and Noogie, in like a 50s doo-wop style, all kinds of fun stuff. But they do it really, it's like you think, oh, this is going to be corny. I'm like, no, this actually works. The way they've done this actually works. So Postmodern, very talented musicians and composers. So go and make sure you check out Postmodern and Jukebox. And Dale, what do you have for us from the YouTube?
Well, first off, I just remember that you didn't comment. Did you comment on my shirt yet? Do you even know?
I don't. Yes, you're wearing a Gryffindor shirt.
I'm not wearing a Gryffindor shirt. I'm wearing a Gryffindor jersey with on the back it says Potter. That's right. Mm-hmm. Even though I'm a Slytherin, but whatever. What?
Yeah, my daughter swears she's Gryffindor, but I know she's Slytherin.
Which one? Your oldest?
I know. my oldest.
No, she's a ginger. She has to be in Gryffindor. Like, you don't. They have a free
Funny
pass.
story
They have a free
that you
pass.
brought that up. There's a new kid at my daughter's school who is a redhead and who loves Harry Potter. And my daughter has befriended this child. And she keeps saying he looks like Ron Weasley, and they become like the best of friends. And they just sit around two gingers talking Harry Potter all day, and she can't stop talking about this kid. And they just talk Harry Potter. We got her the full set in the paperback for Christmas, and she's just reading through them like crazy. She's in the 4th book now, which my daughter's just a ferocious reader. But yeah, she's loving the Harry Potter. She's gonna get through probably get the last book by middle of February, and then she's gonna want to start reading fan fiction and stuff like that. So,
oh no, you've got a little Shannon on your hands.
Yes, literally.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, no, that's a good thing. Shannon's great.
that's Shannon. Gosh.
So, my recommendation this week is Subway Mouse. Oh, we love her. She's amazing.
Yes.
And she did a video a few days ago or weeks ago called Disney Cast Member Appreciation. And I like this one because it's true. When you go to Disney, any resort, and it can extend to any customer service experience, like things like making eye contact and being like, hey, you know what? I really appreciate that. Thank you. Means the world to people. And you know what happens when you do that for that cast member? They're nicer to the next person. And it's a kind of a pay it forward system. And it helps everyone have that day, and it gives that cast member the energy to deal with those difficult people. Like imagine like there's like a health reserve for cast members, and each time there's like a jerky person, like they get like knocked down a level. Well, every time you say thank you or you appreciate them or you hear what they have to say or you put your phone down, that adds a bar to their life. So I think it's just a great video. Go to Subway Mouse channel. It's on the main page. Check it out. It is really good, and there's lots of great Disney videos. She used to be a cast member as well, so she knows what's up.
Yeah, I love her channel. I got to meet her at D23 Expo this year. She's great. I love what she puts out. Former cast member. She did a lot of commenting with me when I did my video on the Haunted Mansion breakdown, and she was like, "Yeah, they should have. This cast member did well with this, and this cast member shouldn't have. They kind of stole the magic." And she really knows her stuff. And great stuff she puts out. Love it. With that, guys, if you have a video that you would like to show us on the YouTubes, let us know. Just shoot us email, Twitter, Instagram, whatever.
Below. Put it in the comments down below.
Comments below is the best place to put it, and we will go check it out. A channel. If you have a channel and you'd like us to check it out, so let us know in the comments below. We would love to see what you're putting out on YouTube. And with that, we want to talk a little bit about this controversial issue of Disneyland Max Passes.
Is it controversial? Everything Disney does is controversial, I guess.
Everything Disney does is controversial, exactly. So if you don't know, essentially, there's the fast pass system. We're talking about Disneyland here. There's the fast pass system where you go to an attraction, and they have these kiosks at or near them. If it's Radiator Springs, it's like a mile away, and you get a pass to come back to that attraction at a certain time. That way, you're not waiting in line. So instead of waiting an hour, you'll maybe wait 10 to 15 minutes. You'll get right on. It's a great way to get a lot of stuff done. And not every attraction at Disneyland has a fast pass. So if you want to go ride Indiana Jones, then you can go get your fast pass for that, and then go ride the Haunted Mansion, do Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, oh, there's my time. Great system. What they're going to be doing now is the Max Pass, where you can check in online in the parks on the Disneyland app. They'll still have the regular fast passes there, but they'll have this service that you can do this online, so you don't need to be near that particular attraction. You don't need to get a printed little, fast pass. But you do need to be within the vicinity of the park. You need to be in Disney California Adventure or in Disneyland. And they limit you. You can only have one fast pass at a time, except for high capacity ones like Radiator Springs. The controversial thing with this Max Pass on the app is they're charging $10 a day per person.
Yeah.
With that, you are getting unlimited downloads of the Disney Photo Pass. You guys know the people are at all different spots around the park, which for an individual I think is great, but for a family is the really value in there. Like for us, that would cost $50 a day additional cost. Dale, thoughts on this?
Well, I like it. So I know it's not great for the APs, annual pass holders,
Yes.
but not every decision can be made to benefit annual pass holders. As an out-of-towner, I think it's great. $10 a day is totally worth it in the sense of I don't have to go, because it's always me, run to Space Mountain. Get the Space Mountain Fast Pass while everyone's waiting in line, and then budge back in line with my family, and hopefully they didn't get the blind didn't start moving super quickly at Winnie the Pooh or something, and I don't know why I'm running to Space Mountain from Winnie the Pooh. That's a terrible idea. That's literally, you couldn't go any farther.
Splash Mountain. You're going to Splash Mountain to get a fast pass, and then going back to Winnie the Pooh.
But but that's the thing. Then I could, right? I can go get the Space Mountain. They're adding also Toy Story Mania and Matterhorn Mountain Fast Pass, which is that's excellent. Those need them. Also, Matterhorn needs a single rider.
This one.
Or no, sorry. Doesn't. I mean, Space Mountain needs a single rider. Sorry.
Yes, thank you. Space Mountain.
And so I think $10 a day. It's an introductory fee, so it's probably going to, Mr. Cheesy Pop, actually, I watched his video and he kind of did a good breakdown of it, so check that out. But yeah, so it's an introductory price, so it probably might go up, or they might introduce a family price, which I think would be a smart idea. Smart, yes. $10 for the first person, $5 for each subsequent person. I think that's fine. I'm fine with that. They want to make more money. I get it. That's the whole point of running a business. So it's a great feature. What it also means, and again, credits to Max, because he thought about this, was they're going to have to have Wi-Fi. They're going to have really good Wi-Fi in the park. So huzzah! Yeah. There will finally be really good Wi-Fi in Disneyland, which there always should have been, because it should be a land of tomorrow.
Yes, I never understood that, because Disney World has great Wi-Fi, and then the D23 Expo,
great Wi-Fi, yeah.
Great Wi-Fi. The D23 Expo, the entire Expo, and the Anaheim Convention Center had people. There were booths, the Diz, streaming off the Wi-Fi that was there onto their channel. I know, and I had no problems at all.
I know what they're worried about. Disneyland, well, because of to have the strength of Wi-Fi signal that they're going to want to have, you're probably going to be able to pick it up in all the hotels and stuff along the side, and you can pick it up when you're not in the park. So they're going to have to try to figure out a way that it's the app is tied to your pass, so you can't use the Wi-Fi until you've scanned your pass. And then if people are using it in the hotel, because it's that much, at Disney World, it's such a vast expanse, you can just blast a super strong Wi-Fi signal and not worry about people people stealing it. But you don't want to have everyone sitting at the park bench waiting for the bus and stuff using the Wi-Fi when they're not even going to Disneyland.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a very good point. Someone just on Harbor Boulevard, they're living in Anaheim. Oh, I'm by Disneyland. I can use the free Wi-Fi now. Well, guarantee you don't want that. I can understand that.
To have a strong enough quality that would hit everywhere, you Josh would probably be able to see the Wi-Fi signal from his house. It'd probably be a low quality, but to really make sure it penetrates all the areas, nooks and crannies of Disneyland. It'll need to be pretty powerful. So,
which they have the capabilities. I think for me, what's selling me on this is the photo pass. I've been an out of town AP holder 2 years, so there's going to be some complications there, especially with the photo pass. But I think the photo pass has gotten really expensive. Yeah. When you buy everything you've downloaded, I think
really great.
It's not great stuff. It's okay, they use Nikon camera but
it should be. I wish they would the service. I wish the photo pass people, I wish there was a way that they if you wear your badge or whatever around your thing, or you make your pass that they take candid photos of you and your family. That would be nice.
Yeah.
I don't know, a way to do it somehow.
It's all these post photos go like this. Oh, look, there's Tinkerbell. Have balloons.
No, I want some, for me, photo pass, how to make it better is to have candid photos of me and my family while we're having our trip.
We're in line. Oh, look, we're enjoying ourselves.
Yeah, I'm yelling at you for not listening.
I don't care. We're not writing that right. No, yeah. That's I'm sure they'd probably get that of me. I don't yell at my children, never. But that's what's selling it for me, and the fact that they're saying you'll get on the app within 10 to 15 minutes, and I can take that picture and instantly upload it to Instagram. Hey, look at this is us at Radiator Springs or whatever, in front and doing the whole pose thing in front of the sign, or this is us with Mickey Mouse. That's kind of cool. And even at $50 a day, compared to what they're charging for the photo pass, if you're not an annual pass holder, that's comparable.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But I'm going to be doing a video on this, explaining the whole rundown and everything that's going to come out this Friday. Josh is actually, because he's in Disneyland now, he's getting footage for me as I explain this and how this works. I'm going to explain how the Fast Pass system works and how Max Pass is going to be working, what we know so far by then, and just kind of explain that and give it a forum for you guys to talk about it, whether you think it's a good or a bad idea. So check that out this Friday. But after you check out Shannon's video on Wednesday.
Well, and also there was a video where me and my friend Lauren did like the best day at Disneyland ever, and we talk a lot about how to use. Thanks. We talk a lot about how the Fast Pass system works there, so you could guys check that out as well. But let's move on to so Diz Radio put this in the Facebook room, and so I wanted to share it. DizRadio.com is where you can go to check out all of, it's a great website. It's really nice. I like it. But this one in particular is Disney ranked most intimate brand among millennials, which is anyone who's turning 32 this year and younger, up until, I don't know, some sort of 20 years old, I guess, till 20 if you're turning 21 this year. So, but generations is whatever, right? Like, I would consider Andy a millennial and Josh a millennial because we all like millennial things.
The whole generational thing's been weird to me because because of illness, I was held back in school one year, and it says anyone who's graduated 2001 later. I graduated 2001. I should have graduated in 2000, but I had an illness. I skipped a year of school because I was sick. So that's you're a millennial. But if you're 32 and under, you're not a millennial. It's like, okay, I don't. What am I? Am I a Gen Xer?
You're nothing. We're all nothing. It's all just a way to.
I'm a stateless pirate.
It's just a way to group people, and because it's just easy to refer to it. But basically, it's so what it says is Disney resonates with this age group because they grew up with the brand. It has kept up with their changing interests and now includes popular franchises like Star Wars and Marvel. Disney is also a mainstay for young families. Interestingly, 5 out of the top 10 brands for millennials are in the media and entertainment industry, which, just is because that's the world we live in. Disney, Amazon, Netflix, Apple, Nintendo, of course, right? Like it's like Google, Sony. But it's defined. Branded into me is defined as a new paradigm that leverages strengths and the emotional bonds between a person and the brand. Oh no!
Okay,
that leverages and strengthens the emotional bonds between. So it's like, I guess, like your maybe like the strongest emotional connection, like gets like emotional reactions. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you can just from our own community. What did we just say? Disney came out with something, so of course it's controversial. That means it's an intimate brand because everyone cares so much what they're doing all the time.
Yes, don't mess up my childhood.
Yeah,
we hear a lot of that.
Yeah,
with the reboots and the remakes, and I would say yes. I mean, you have videos of people like when the Beauty and the Beast trailer came out. There are videos of people, YouTubers I follow, who were crying seeing this. There's this emotional attachment to not only your childhood.
I tear up
a lot
when
of
it starts playing.
I mean, for a lot of things, like I go to the movies a lot. Obviously, you all know this, and they have the Disney parks promos that play in front every time I go, and it's always some emotional story of some family, and I get teary eyed because just the experiences I've had at Disneyland. And I'm like, because Disneyland just holds a special place in my heart as a child, and now as a parent and an adult. So there is that. Unlike any other generation, though, that they've had their their media. And their movie stars and stuff they're kind of attached to, but we are so inundated and just not necessarily bad in a bad way, but just we have so much media all around us, and we grew up with this that we have this emotional attachment to these things within the entertainment industry, and Disney's a huge one for all of us. And now that you have Marvel and Star Wars and everything else, it's like we do get very emotional and defensive. I mean, I remember Sarah Snitch did a video a few years ago.
Our friend Sarah Snitch.
our friend Sarah Smith did a video. It basically, the title of it was, Disney, the hardcore Disney fans are snobs, and we kind of are.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember I really started getting into the Disney community, and I was on a chat board, and I had once accidentally referred to the Haunted Mansion as the Haunted House. Just not, I knew it was called the Haunted Mansion. I knew that.
Out.
And basically, yes, it was like this. What do you mean? There's no haunted house in Disneyland.
You basically,
like, what are you guys talking?
You basically, if you say something like that, you like don't know anything.
Yeah, and I knew that. And it was early, being in the Disney online community. I just, the haunted house there. I knew it was called the Haunted Mansion, but I didn't know how hardcore people were about it.
I one time
called. But I'm the same way. Too.
I one time called a Star Wars blaster a phaser. Oh man. At the comic book store,
right,
it was just like,
Dale.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, whatever. Laser gun.
I get on people. I don't anymore because I'm like such a snob. But when people call attractions at Disneyland rides, I'm like, no, there's only one ride at Disneyland. It's the Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. The rest are attractions. And I get really. It's stupid.
No one likes that guy, Andy.
Yeah, that's why I don't do that anymore.
But I totally agree. Brand intimacy is super high with us, and we love Disney, and I can't wait for us all to go there for D23. Next up, though, I want to keep up with we kind of switched to Disney news, but I want to go to Disneyland news so I can do my cool Disneyland Parks intro when I do the YouTube video. So actually, this Wednesday, upcoming Wednesday, I'm going to be on Modern Mouse Radio, and we talk about Disney's green energy efforts. I am an electrician. I focused on solar panel installations. I'm not doing that now because I need to become a better electrician. But green energy is important to me, so I went on to Modern Mouse Radio, and Josh and I talked about Disney's efforts of being green. Like why don't they use those paper straws from Animal Kingdom everywhere and stuff like that? Why don't they have solar panels on their buildings when it's all hidden and blah 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 blah. So we talk about all that stuff. Check it out on Wednesday on Modern Mouse Radio. But what it made me realize too, because we were talking about some stuff, the Disneyland train. So they've shut it down. It's cool, and I know they're not going to do this right now. And when you go through the Disneyland train, the Disneyland train's a little bit better than the Disney World train, and they should do it at Disney World as well. Or Magic Kingdom, sorry. Is
the Magic Kingdom
it's got like cool things, right? Like it tells that story. It tells you the story and the dinosaurs and the First Nations and other, and where don't you think that should be updated a bit? Like it's supposed to be like a bit of a history lesson, but isn't there new history? Isn't there other history to talk about?
The train is yes and no. The train is very sacred because if you've know the history of the train at Disneyland and Walt Disney, it's probably like there's the one sacred cow that's going to go last, I think. He loved that train. Of course, he named one of the cabooses Lily Bell after his wife. So
I'm not saying I'm just saying couldn't you update the attraction part of it, like the story and even update the animatronics of the dinosaurs. I
don't know. My brand intimacy on this one's getting to me, and I'm getting rather emotional just thinking about it.
But remember,
I see what you're saying because it is
forward.
Always moving forward. Disneyland's always changing.
Yeah.
I see it, but this
I'm not saying scrap it. I'm not saying you allowed them to build a trestle bridge and waterfalls. Why can't we have an updated? They changed the direction. They slightly adjusted the location of the train. All I'm saying is update the little attractions.
I will say I have no good argument not to. It's just all sentiment and emotional. Just don't change it. You're already changing it a little bit. Don't change. The dinosaurs in there, and then you have. Oh, I don't know. It's. You're right. On a completely intellectual level, my head's saying you're right, my heart's saying no. That's what I'll say.
That's basically
my head's like, you're right.
That's what every Disneyland fan says about everything.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Walt would have wanted it that way, but
yeah.
Walt
wants, right? That's That's funny. Okay, so that ends the Disney Parks update, but I want to just finish off the show with one last thing. The trailer for Tangled Before Ever After came out, and it explains why Rapunzel has her hair.
I haven't seen this. I've only seen screenshots of this with the animation.
Go check it out afterwards. It's like a 1-minute little trailer. It doesn't fully explain, because I think that's what the whole pilot episode will be, but it shows you like she starts off with her short brown hair, and she gets her long blonde hair for a reason. So that they've just Rogue One retconned the whole plot hole to why Rapunzel in the park has her blonde hair.
And it didn't take him 30 years.
Yeah, so that's cool.
So
I really like the trailer. Really like the animation style, the voice acting. It just brings me right back really good, bring me right back to the feel. Looks like they've added another new female character. It looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I think it, like, I don't know, my kids, like, they kind of, for whatever reason, they just aren't drawn to watch Lion Guard. Like, I'm like, hey, Lion Guard, and they're like, yeah, it's cool, I like it. But they're never.
My youngest loves it, but my other two don't.
Yeah.
My youngest loves Lion Guard, but my other two are just like, kind of shrug it off. They want to watch Gravity Falls, but
oh yeah, I know. Gravity Falls is so good. Why? So good.
Yeah, and it's cool because here I can be like, hey, let's go to the Gravity Falls house here, like 10 minutes from here, which is awesome because
the shack, the real mystery shack.
The mystery, the mystery house is here, just north of the Broke Valley in Medford. Here, there's it's a place called Gold Hill, and that's what it's based off of. So yeah, Oregon has all over Oregon. You have different spots from Gravity Falls that took inspiration. So.
Isn't there a weird actual mystery spot too, where like water? Don't you have one of those places where the water looks like it flows the wrong way?
The mystery spot that's in the Bay Area. Yeah. I want to say Santa Clara or somewhere down there. I'm trying to think what Santa Cruz. I'm sorry, Santa Cruz. That's where that's at. The mystery spot. And this is the House of Mystery. Gravity leans a certain way because the house. It's freaky. If you ever just go Google it, you'll find it, and it's really it kind of messes with you.
Oh, okay.
But so much. What's funny about Gravity Falls in Oregon is so much of the stereotypes they use in there of Oregonians are so true. It's hilarious the way they dress. When you're at camps and resorts, everybody's driving around golf carts. Totally true. It's funny. It's hilarious. I love it. So, well, that, Dale, is episode number 106 here in 2017. I've enjoyed myself. How about you?
Oh, it's been awesome. I love it. It's been great having you back on, and I love doing the show together, back together. So yay! And just everyone, make sure to leave a review. Please leave a review on iTunes. Again, that's huge for us. And check out the other shows. I'm on Modern Mouse on Wednesdays. So if you've been kind of iffy about checking out Modern Mouse Radio, which I don't know why you are, because it's a better show than ours, I'm on it, so that might help you transition over. And then also check out our new Friday show, Discovering Star Wars. It is a real laugh, because having Andrew try to describe who he thinks what's going to happen, or like his hope that Chewbacca is going to rip off everybody's arms, is great, and it's really funny to laugh at him, basically.
And be sure to check out our YouTube channel this week. This Wednesday we have a video from Shannon about a
huge theory.
Idea. She
has
huge theory. It's actually huge. And I'm going to be doing a video this Friday on the new Max Pass and explaining Fast Passes and Max Passes here at Disneyland. And make sure to follow our Instagram, Twitter, especially our Instagram, with tons of new pictures from Josh and Angie in the parks, and myself and Shannon and Dale. With that, guys, this is episode number 106. My name is Andy Herndon.
And I'm Dale Wentland.
And you've been listening to episode 106 of the DCast with Dale and Andy.
Bye, double hand wave.
Pow.
My family wants to get in the house, so they thought twisting the door handle the whole time would be useful.
Sorry about the phone. I forgot I have a phone in here.
It's all good, buddy.